Oh, collect.
There you go.
Perfect. So, what we're
I
gonna
didn't
start
forget this
off.
time.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
wow.
Jay's
I
starting off recording strong. Jay's screen recording showing us back testing. This would be
feel
a
like I've
decent.
been hacked.
Yeah, we've been taken over. Decent setup. That would be a decent setup. Yes.
So are you an hour ahead of us, Jay? Is that why it's 9 to 10 for you?
Where's this time?
Yeah, that makes sense. Chilling. Because I can see at the bottom that it's 9 to 10.
I have no idea. Where?
So another thing that we do, Jay, that is
Oh,
completely up to you whether you want to do it or not, but we trail to the nearest fair value gap. So you see how that's dropped and dropped, and it's created another fair value gap. We would get in on that second one. Now, you might find, for example, that this time maybe it stops you out. That's just how it goes. But overall, we found that trailing on Silver Bullet is the best thing to do. So
yeah.
maybe that'll help you have a few more setups.
And
But
also not entering on equilibrium as well. Entering right on the entrance of the Fair Valley Gap. The only time you'd use not enter on that lowest one is like I said before, the example before you even pull the screen up was when you have three candles, three Fair Valley gaps, and you have to choose between one. That'd be maybe when you choose the middle one.
yeah,
Right. So we're gonna start off with explaining why we are now called AT trades. So I'll simply explain the name first. If Jay, if you don't mind, just stopping the screen share, that'd be great. So AT trades, or what does AT trades stand for? Well, if you haven't figured it out and you haven't guessed, stands for Ayrton Tom Trades. Also, another nickname for it is Air Tom Trades. We kind of there's many ways you can do it, but
I was in consideration.
yeah, there's basically me and Air Trades, simple as.
Yeah,
So the reason we made this shift, and obviously Ayrton will add to everything I'm saying, to things I may not cover, but the reason we made this shift is that we kind of realized that we want to have a personal brand. So not only do we want to have a personal brand, we've kind of indirectly been creating a personal brand before we technically kind of set out to do it. So the trading space, as you well all know it, the trading space in essence is built on us. So we are the trading space. Now we realized, well, we're not the trading space, we're Ayrton and Tom. So we
yeah.
have the community, we have what we're doing now, and we have everything that is to come, live events and the likes of that. However, there is there are going to be more fish in the sea where we're going to be touching and expanding our realm to besides the trading space. So we are aware of how good personal branding is. And as a result, we're not actually making that much of a significant change, more just changing the way we're going about getting ourselves out there. So we've noticed a lot of the time, as you all see as well, influencers, and not necessarily saying that we're trying to become influencers, but people who are in this industry who are trustworthy or do well, regardless of who you look at across the board, they're called something that isn't the business. It's not a business name, it's a simple personal brand name. And that is now why we've created a separate account to kind of differentiate the difference between us and this business which we run. So I'll let you add to that and go off each other. But yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, you've put it perfect, but it kind of leads on to something I want to discuss, which I'll just say in a minute. But yeah, I'm sure you guys agree when you're in here, you're not thinking about, wow, I'm in the trading space. You're probably thinking you get to talk to all of you guys, like Jay, Ollie. Um, I would try your name, but I think I'll butcher it. Actually, I'll try it anyway. Marion. That's my
Mary.
best attempt. But you guys get to talk to each other, and then you also get to talk to us, the guys who've made the platform. But you couldn't care less about it being the trading space. So that's why we've made that shift because now it's more authentic to us. You're talking to us instead of the trading space. And our goal for this is to be able to help people better because you don't feel like you're chatting to a business. Like, sounds better to
Yeah.
me. I'd rather talk to Ayrton or Tom than the trading space. So that's kind of why we've shifted that. But that brings me on to goals. And what we wanted to discuss, you guys, is what are your goals for 2025? And then we're going to see how we can help, how you guys can help each other. So if you guys want to take a minute me and Tom might just waffle about some other stuff, but maybe put some goals in the group chat or in the meeting chat that you're in, and we
I
can
want
go over them.
at least three
Yeah, at
guys.
least three. And you can be as crazy as you want. Like, don't hold back. If you've got crazy goals that you don't want to tell other friends because maybe you think they're small-minded, that's not going to happen here. We're not gonna poo on your goals. Like, goals are
We
goals.
we challenge you guys to set bigger goals than us. There you go. So
Yeah,
yeah, I know Jay, we may already know your goals already, but no, we don't. We forgot. We totally don't know who you are.
yeah.
Let's go again. Come on,
No,
throw it at us. So yeah, so we're making this shift, and obviously you're gonna hear about some of our goals, and it'll be um related to the training space. Tom, bigger than your goals is pretty difficult with your Apex leaderboard. Try me,
it's all
Jay.
relative. It's
Try
all
me.
relative.
Yeah, it's relative, but you can. You actually don't know what could change in the next 12 months. If you
Yeah,
spend this next 6 months in the absolute dungeon, like day and night, let's say I'm gonna go really
yeah.
extreme here, didn't eat, you just fasted, went ultimate monk mode, and just lived in FX replay, I'm sure you could somehow fathom yourself achieving that. Look at it this way. The goals you want to be setting, okay, forget all that, jokey stuff. Here's a serious way of looking at it. If I said to you, your family's lives, it's life or death, is on the line. If you don't make a 5K payout this year, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. You're gonna figure it out no matter what it happens or how it happens, you're gonna make it work. So think about that. If your life depends on it and you have to achieve a certain thing, then you can do it. So set your goals like that. And my life, my family's life depend on me making the Apex leaderboard this year. There you are. Yeah, well then you drop out of school. No, I hear that. That would be a very justified idea if you made the huge payout. Boom. There you go. So yeah.
And that's such a great like thought experiment. I always think about that, and I've said it to many people. They're like, if your family's whole life was at risk and all you had to do was become a successful, profitable trader by the end of the year, do you think you'd be able to do it? And pretty much everyone says yes, because we all can. But then most people aren't that motivated. They don't have that drive. Whereas you guys, you're probably different because you're in here, you're on some random call at 9 o'clock for you, Jay, 8 o'clock for the rest of us. I think like you guys are driven. So this is why it's important to know your goals because I'm sure there'll be good ones. And I think we have one from Ollie.
Yeah, that's a good point as well because this community, we're not just trying to get lots of people in here. We're not trying to get the numbers. And that's another reason why we're kind of separating AT trades, the trading spaces. We're not trying to just mentor, get paid. This is not for profit in essence. Obviously, it's a business. We're trying to generate revenue to sustain it. But the end goal is not to be like, right, we can live off the trading space. This is just a side thing. And as we've said before, trading gets very boring and we get fulfilled from helping people. And by going around the way, the business in this approach, we're not filling up the community with loads of people who are basically just there to simply copy our signals, copy our trades, see us flex a lifestyle or sell them a dream. No, we basically just say, this is how it is. We're going to help you on these calls. We're going to show you our experiences, and you're with us at the lowest point in our journey. Every single day, we are getting further and further and further to the point where more people will see us and know about us. We're going more to the destination that everyone will eventually want to join. But as of right now, like Aaron was saying, you guys are here on a random evening, and that shows to a level of thinking that you're different, that you think about it differently. So another little reason as to why there's the shift. Next, another nice way of putting it is we can be a bit more goofy. We can be ourselves more. We're not having this
It's
brand.
not so serious.
Yeah, it's not so serious. It's like, TGR, one of one. Don't know some other
FX
examples.
Alex G.
Yeah, there you go. And he's got set and forget his thing. So there are multiple examples, but ultimately it's going to allow us to be more authentic and be more real to you
That's
guys.
what I was about to say. I was about to say that word, the A word,
Yeah,
authentic.
authentic.
Because otherwise, we're like following Instagram's rules. We're trying to like use their algorithm to like get more people on board, but it's tiring and it's not who we are. So we've switched
Yeah.
so we can be more authentic and help you guys more. And speaking of authenticity, Ollie, those goals are amazing. They are really good. And there is,
For me
I
to
know you
read
said
it.
not so materialistic. There's nothing wrong with being a bit materialistic. We're in a material world. The way you achieve things in this world, the way you can help your family, your people, other people is through materialistic ways. So if you're using them for the right reasons, there's no harm in it. And having goals like AMGs is absolutely fine because it's the way that you'll get there. You'll go out to your drive, you'll sit in that AMG, and you'll know that everything you're doing has got you there. And you know, if you've done that, why can't you get to the next step where now you can buy like your dad an AMG or something like that? And we also have a similar goal. Me and Tom's goal is Q3 at the latest. We're gonna have a GLC AMG, and you guys will be there for it as well. But there's nothing wrong with that. And the last one is brilliant. Getting closer to God. That's a great message. You can never really go wrong. I don't know what everyone else's belief status is, but whether you do or don't, there's nothing wrong with reading the Bible. If you do believe, don't believe, you might as well test it. And there's some really good advice in there. So that's a really great goal, Ollie.
Shall I read the goal? Because obviously it's a live call.
Oh
So
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
yeah. So Ollie's goal. I'm going to read it as his message. So one of my main goals is to consistently actually make the same money as he earns from his apprenticeship. I changed the way I was reading it. So obviously from the markets or trading, linked with that, he wants to pass his first two-step and scale his capital. And if he succeeds, he wants a better car, such as an Audi A3 first, and then a Mercedes CLE 200. Very nice. I like the CLE 200.
CLA.
Sorry?
CLA.
Yeah, I said CLA. Did I not?
You said E.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. E.
He's been
Um,
exposed.
well, what I did want to say to add to Ernst's point that he was saying before is that when you have these aspirations, materialistic. So let me just shoot to the moon here. I want to buy a private jet by the time I'm 25. Now, you, the average person, maybe not you watching this, but the average person looking at it, go, wow, all you want is money and you just want a jet. No, they don't fathom the fact that by the time you've got to get in a buying a private jet, my family live where they want, they drive what they want, they have no stresses because I know by the point which, for example, I'm going to get a CLA 200, I know I've taken my parents for a meal. I know at the very least they are stress free with me as their son. I know that I'm able to maybe take care of my girlfriend. I know I'm able to take care of my friends. I know that with that materialistic goal set, on the way there are other things I'm going to achieve. So by having that become the higher goal, the higher standard, the lower becomes normal and not just readily achieved. You know, obviously we can all
Yeah.
write goals and say, I want to be able to take myself out for a nice breakfast every day. Well, you don't just want to write every single thing you want to be able to do you? You write the goals that are way up there so that they become natural, don't they? So having
Yeah.
a 50K, which is basically what I'll need for an Apex leaderboard, is that amount. I know by the time I've had that, that I'm going to be achieving so many other goals anyway. And worst case, I
Yeah.
get the leaderboard. What if I got probably what a 30, 40, 50K? I don't know. Maybe I get unlucky and I still get a big payout, but I'm not on there. So it
Yeah.
doesn't really
That's like
matter.
that saying. I might butcher it, but it's like shoot for the stars and you'll at least land on the moon. Something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like if
yes.
we're all shooting for AMGs, leaderboards, then the least that's gonna happen is we're gonna land somewhere close. And yeah, at the end of the year, you might go, oh, didn't make that leaderboard, didn't get that AMG. But you'll be in a place next year where you know what you need to do different. So there's no harm in aiming for these things. Um,
Exactly.
none at
And
all.
that's what, like, this time last year, a bit earlier, December, Christmas time, we set goals for 24. Now, we didn't necessarily achieve all those goals, but at this point in time, never been closer to them ever. So that's how perfect example is you got to look at it is aim super high. Doesn't have to, I'm not gonna say, I don't really like to say unrealistic, but goals that you're gonna have to work for, and it'd be very, things will have to play out in your favor, let's just say. And if they don't, you're still in a great spot. So,
Yeah.
and kind of like how you added as well. You obviously know it's not all materialistic, and at the end of the day, you want to get close to God. It's all about the meaning and the desire, like the reason why, like in trading, why you're doing it in the first place. It's the why. So why do you want the AMG? So on.
For our
So
own experiences, why you want an AMG, and it gets you into new rooms and new conversations in which you're now in a place to, if you're trying to spread God's message, you're now in a better place to, because people don't, not taking away from homeless people, because homeless people are still people, but if one of them comes up to you on the street and starts preaching the gospel, you probably think, oh, there's a nut job like shouting stuff at me. But if someone calm in a good place in his AMG is telling you that like God is what got me here, then you're going to trust it more. So you're in a better place to now spread that. Um, Before we dwell on that one for so long, I was going to go on to Jay's message saying, do you all recommend me buying a funded account as soon as I turn 18 to learn how to handle emotion? Or if I'm really confident and profitable on replay/demo, brackets, I turn 18 next month. All depends on your back testing. If you've got a system you're confident in, you've got a year's worth of data by next month, by all means. If not, then don't, because there's many emotions that I think most of us have been through that we'd rather steer you away from. The like revenge trading, the essentially gambling, the not understanding why it's working. Like you can skip all of that just by going ham on your back testing, then going ham on your forward testing for 1, 2 months, and then coming back after that, having your funded account, going full attack mode on it, knowing you just need to follow what you've been doing for back testing in the last few months, and it will pass and you will make money. There's no point doing it because you're now 18 and you legally can. Do it when you actually can.
I have a unique analogy. Wait till you're married. Married being you're ready to trade profitably, okay? Because if you're doing it before, it's likely going to make it more difficult in the long run for you. Now, I'm not going to go in depth explaining what I mean by that, but if you know, you know. And spot on, nail on the head. You don't need to rush into it. You don't need to do it just for the sake of it. Ollie understands, haha. Patience is key. Now, this applies to every aspect of your trading. Patience with yourself and your emotions, patience with the market, waiting for a setup, patience for even buying the funded account in the first place. You have to time things correctly and not rush into things. If you're thinking of doing it, let's say you see a discount on this website, check when the discount goes and wait almost to the last day so you have time to think about the decision. If you're unsure about taking a trade, double check it. Double check every single part of your thoughts. My honest response to that question would be I don't recommend it. And I would recommend it when you have a good year where you can say in that year you would never have blown the funded account. It's the first thing I would say. So you don't want to be blowing accounts in back testing. If you're blowing accounts in back testing, you're not ready. That's the first thing. Because back testing is meant to be like the easiest form of trading. There's no money, it's there's like no attachment. So at least a year of profitability. And then, like Anton said, if you're forward testing, you're not going to have these mistakes when you jump in live, such as panicking, not knowing how to set the right things, or maybe miss setting, and so on and so on and so on. So you almost want to, in your situation, being not 18, you almost want to spend this next month, for example, just absolutely locking in, honing in. So then even when you turn 18, you can actually sit there and be like, I recommend to myself that maybe this is not a bad decision now. Because in this past month, maybe you got the next 6 months done, and then maybe you've got a year, and maybe you forward test for this next month, and now you've got a month of forward tested data. Maybe you've already been doing it, and then you get your back testing, and then you've been just working on your craft. Then maybe you'll be ready. But the longer you give yourself, the better.
Yeah.
So me and Ayrton, in our entire time of trading, I'd confidently say we almost did it as soon as possible to the point where I'd argue and say many times done it sooner rather than later. So, but that naturally, I'm, I guess, more of a risk-taking person, and it didn't necessarily cause issues for me, but it did result in basically not a lot of progress. And that was kind of it. So, for example, when I first started the 5 minute, in NAS for September. No, was it September? Yeah, September was a break-even month. We had a break-even rule, which we had done all our testing to know that it basically just shafted you more than protected you. So if I had just waited more and figured that out in back testing and forward testing, then I wouldn't have just kind of wasted a month emotionally trading the live market. And I also wouldn't have wasted the monthly fee I paid for the account, for example. So it does depend about you and obviously your ability and your skill. But the longer you give yourself, the better. And yes, you will learn things, if you are really confident and how to handle emotions. But handling your emotions, handling all the things that come with live trading is going to be a million times easier if you have everything else sorted out. Everything else.
Yeah.
Because you have those emotions, you'll be there trading, stop loss. You're going to have emotions for the first time. Now, those emotions can be very quickly counteracted because we understand we can control how we think of things. Well, I've had a stop loss. That hurts. Why does it hurt? Because I've lost. Now I think I'm not going to pass. Oh, wait. My max loss streak in backtesting is 6, and my max equity drawdown is 7. Oh, well, this is nothing. My win rate is 60%. Oh, okay. Oh, now I think about it. And oh, wait. Oh, well, now you've got every reason to not almost be emotional. And that's the biggest combative to your emotions is having pure logic, same way we were on about earlier. Full faith in your system is crucial. Spot on. Kind of thing we were saying earlier about rules as well with Ollie. If you've got concrete rules, which then have given you concrete results, and now you're executing on those concrete rules again, then you just know no matter what happens, you're going to get the same results, if not better, like we've been saying. And if you are getting worse, that is fine because naturally you can perform worse when you first start something. And I've actually had that for all three different things I've started trading. Gold, the first month I did, was not great. NAS 5 minute, the first month I did was not great. NAS 1 minute, first month has been great, but it's been below every single month I've had in back testing. And then after that, well, I've not obviously had a second month of NAS 1 minute yet, but for example, Gordon NAS 5 minute, both propelled in trajectory after that point. So
Yeah.
I have full faith in everything, in the whole process. No doubt, no room for things to come and attack you because you just need to be in this state. I feel like I'll shush now for a little bit. But yeah.
No, you're right though. You can avoid those emotions. So why not? Like we went through those emotions. We did those mistakes. We got funded accounts when we weren't ready. We got funded accounts thinking we could follow someone's signals and make a load of money. We made those mistakes. Like they're not nice. As much as they taught us what we know now, you guys are in here. You don't need to go and learn those harsh lessons. You've made a good move by whether you like us or you like someone else that says similar stuff to us, who is telling you you don't need to risk those emotions. You can just do it systematically and go through the process. Whoever's telling you this, it's because they've done it and they know they can speed your journey up. And that's all we're telling you. We can make it much easier for you just by telling you do the back testing, do the forward testing, have a strategy, know its percentages, as in win rate, max drawdown, how much profit it makes. And if you're now ready, you know it doesn't blow accounts, you know it makes a good amount of profit in which you can at least pass an account throughout a year, then you're in a good space. You can take this system live. If you've got maybe 2 months back tested data, like a week of forward testing, and maybe you got lucky and now it's got like a 98% win rate and you make 100% profit, then you're not ready because you haven't experienced the bad parts of your strategy. And that's why the back testing is important. Oh, yeah, I was going to say my first goal is to be better at English to understand these kind of calls. That's a great goal. I wish I could speak. Where are you? I think you guys are both from Amsterdam, so that would be Dutch. I'm pretty sure.
I'm even gonna
Or
butcher
I
an
don't think
attempt.
it's German. I'm not too sure. Yeah, Dutch. Oh, thank God. I almost felt American then. But I wish I could speak more Dutch for you guys. But yeah, I guess maybe the more you participate, maybe we'll actually help you learn English because you'll hear it spoken about something you're interested about. So maybe that'll help. But yeah, that's a good goal. Step one is join a lot of calls, as many as you can, whether it's us or other English guys. Join those, and then you'll come in here fully prepared, knowing what to do.
100%. Should we share our goals as well? So I feel like we
Yeah,
haven't shared everyone else's. So again, if we're putting this video on YouTube, for example, then they're not going to know our goals, are they, Eton? So
no.
I
So
have,
our goals kind of align though, so that's the hard part because I don't know if you guys are in similar positions, but me and Tom pretty much do everything together. We've like failed together, we've succeeded together. Like we pretty much do everything. We go gym together. Like we're almost our business is us. If our business could be one person, that would be us.
and
So
that's why I like the name. I was saying earlier, just to interrupt,
yeah,
Air Tom Trades, just because
yeah,
and you just swap the N for M, and then yeah,
yeah. We're from the same tiny little village, pretty much. I'm kind of segregated a little bit, but we're pretty much from the same village, same schools, same universities. So enough of that. We're pretty much the same person. So every goal one of us says is our goals for the year. One of them you've already heard, the kind of materialistic one would be that GLC, AMG, V8, all the good stuff by latest some point in Q3. Um, the other goal that kind of aligns with that, another kind of materialistic one, is we both want to move out of this little village and we want to. At the moment, we're thinking a flat in Manchester. If you guys know Manchester, we're thinking Deansgate, which is a kind of nice area. So obviously, we have to pull our weight, make a good bit of money. But we think from our whole uni experience, being in a flat in Manchester where there's not as many distractions, we operate better, we do more, we get more experience. All we can do is wake up and work. Whereas here, it's quite easy to walk out the door and go up a hill, go on a walk, see friends. Not that we really have many. We're pretty friendless, to be honest. But it's even
close
harder to do
circle.
in a city. You what, say?
But I have a close circle. You gotta be careful you spend
Exactly.
time and energy on. Not everyone, even your friends. Some of you in here may have friends who are your friends, but the second you start winning, they may subconsciously,
Not like it.
yeah, not like it. They may hold subconsciously grudges against you. So yeah, small circle is power. I can just read out my 10 goals I had, and again, obviously, Aaron's basically said, some of them already, and he will also agree, for example, with this first one. So I wrote it in the first person. So I will have a closer relationship with God. Ayrton will agree with that.
I will
We,
agree with that.
I'll say it like this: we will move out from our parents' homes. We will have a GLC. I, hopefully, Ayrton too, will make it onto an Apex leaderboard. So that is basically plus 50k payout. This is kind of more of an I thing, just because I trade gold. I will have a Troy ounce of gold because, my baby, I just want to have that on my desk.
I'm silver because British pound was originally linked to silver, I believe. So I'll go
Oh,
silver.
that's what I'm gonna say. I want to be bigger, so more muscles. So currently I'm about 75 kg. I want to be 77, 80. We will have an office. We will have a personal brand. We will make the trading space one of a kind community platform space. And finally, we will achieve all that we set out to achieve. It's very simple. It's almost
That's
like
a good
asking
one. I'm
genie
gonna
for
add another one. I'm gonna add another one. By the end of Q2, your personal mentee, but I'm gonna say ours because it's just easier for this. But our personal mentee, the guy we're coaching, he will be funded by the end of Q2. If not funded, very close and trading live.
Yeah, I think he's nearly ready. So I'm
Yeah, I
happy
think
with
so too. I just don't want to put like I don't know if he's going to watch the recording and that puts pressure on him. But I guess pressure's good.
yeah,
But we'll
Fresh
see.
Space Diamond. I've not even got the hoodie. Oh, I have the hoodie.
Yeah. But Tom is you're like
I am
6'1", right?
661. Fresh Space
Yeah, because
Diamonds.
I'm like nearly an inch smaller. Me and Tom are pretty much flipping identical except for he's a ginge.
In centimeters. That's
Oh,
loud. Let me check. I'm gonna ask. Uh, see how quick it is. 185 centimeters, my friend.
damn. I'm
It's like
182, so that's how like I guess Tom's the bigger lad. But one other
Jesus.
goal is to be better fighters because we've both Tom's done more because I had to dip Manchester for my fault reasons. But Tom's done more training, but we've both got about a year's worth of MMA. Tom a bit more, like I say, and we train in the gym, not with a coach, but like once a week at the moment. Um, so yeah,
6 foot
that's
guy.
another 6 foot.
Yeah. Maybe you should do a fight this year, Ayrton.
I'd love to do a fight this year.
See how the circumstances turn out.
Well, if we can get to Thailand,
Maybe
we'll
we can
see.
both go on. Yeah, we'll see.
Um,
But
yeah, Liam is
well,
the mentee.
well, we can maybe show you some body sparring between me and Ayrton at some point, but probably save that for a ring.
I'd fly
Uh,
out to see that. There you
if
go.
I,
Maybe we both fight on the same night, Tom.
yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, we can get training off Callum because
Mm.
he's Cage Warriors now. Although
And
maybe we go Danny because he's won both his fights, whereas Callum's took the L. But nah. L's
well,
are normal in Muay Thai. L's are
that does
good.
actually give us a little opportunity to drop a little Easter egg slash future thing to mention, which is there will be a point in time where we're going to be having guests come in and speak within the community and people obviously adding value to our space. So we obviously have a network and it's something we're continuously building. So the likes of these people I just mentioned, you may not know who, what, or where, but we have people who are doing successful within their fields. So whether that's roof cleaning, fighting, sales, marketing, you name it, we have variety of people. And the goal is going to be to basically bring maybe once a month, yet to be decided, people to come in and explain things to you that are actually completely unrelated to trading, but will teach you one thing and make it very clear to you is that which is kind of what we emphasize a lot, is that in trading, it's actually not about your strategy. It's not about how you trade. It's not about the trading in itself. It's actually all about what's all up here. And if you have the right mindset all up here and everything in your head is aligned and straight, then let's say you were to quit trading and move on to something else, you would succeed at that as well because you have the mindset. And that is what me and Ayrton discovered at the very, very, very start of this when we were entrepreneurial, entrepreneurial hopping, I'm going to call it, where you're hopping between different ideas and businesses. We realized, wait, hold on, no, hold on. There's this one business idea, trading. Tell me if we just lock in on this one, we can essentially make money without selling products, without selling our time, just kind of like buttons, click, done. If we don't ever quit, then it'll work. We work hard and it'll work. So, little Easter egg for you guys. Future is bright. As we develop as traders and we move out and our following grows, the community will naturally come with us, and we don't have any plans to stop. Things are only going to get better. So there's some nice little information for you all to
Was
ponder
some
on.
good information. That's interesting that you get him on your For You page, Jay. Is it Danny? And yes, we are moving forward with a welcome, but like with trading, all steps at a time. Right now, we know if we went back trying to go full on awoken, trying to make that a big thing again, we'd slack on you guys. We wouldn't be able to provide as much value. Our trading, we wouldn't be able to put as much energy into trading. So once we've got those things like providing for us how we want them to and being able to help you guys the way we want to help you guys, then Awoken is will be on the front foot. It's yeah, we want to be able to put our full energy into what we're working on. And right now, that is this.
A good example of as well to add is we basically the time of which we're going to be investing more time into Awoken is when we're able to basically hire someone to help us with content, so an editor in essence, because believe it or not, content is not easy. Then you have replying to messages, then you have just finding ideas and all these different things. Whereas when we have someone who can at least just do one of those chores, really, it's a chore, a job, then it's going to make our life a lot easier. We just have to record, send, done. So, yeah, we only have a certain amount of eggs. You got to put it in the right baskets. And if you're, got to put your oxygen mask on first before you put on someone else's. A
Yeah.
woken is like, it's there. And as much as we want to keep trying to bring it with us, we have to sort ourselves out first. And then when we're in an ability to like put the mask on them as well, on Awoken, then we will be doing. But right now, this is the ultimate focus. And yeah, don't you guys worry. Want a
Yeah,
new
we
batch of
love Awoken. It's not like something we've gone like, oh, this is kind of boring. Just it's just how it is at the moment. Like we talk pretty much every day. Whenever we're out, Awoken comes up. We're like, it would be sick to make this hoodie. Be sick to make this t-shirt. Be sick to launch this business idea with Awoken. We want to do Awoken, but right now, pretty much all of our time, a good chunk of our money, and everything like that is all reinvested straight back into, well, AT trades or the trading space, whichever one you're looking at. It's all put back into there. It's all back into our equipment, back into funded accounts. So we're full in on this, and we're not trying to slack on you guys. You guys have put faith in us, so we're not gonna slack on that just because we want to make a nice t-shirt. Those will come.
another way of looking at it as well, to kind of actually explain and prove that we didn't just kind of be like, done with this, is it basically stopped when the circumstances in Ayrton's life occurred. We were living together, we were grinding together, we were literally Awoken the same way now our full focus is on this. At the time, we were full in on Awoken. That was our life. We were able to eat, sleep, train, repeat, and the cliche, that was our life. And then circumstances changed. We weren't able to be in this, dynamic that we were in, and it became suddenly a lot harder to continue to do that, to continue the thing we were doing. And then even in the last year of university, the scenario was not the same. So it kind of just emphasized that we should come back to it when we have the ability to do that. And again, like I said
Yeah.
before, well, we said before with our goals, we're going to be living together. And when we're living together and we're going to be able to have someone help us run, because we have multiple social medias, then that's when we're going to be able to obviously go all in. And then we're going to be able to make more clothes, do more things, and so on.
Like if we hop back on Awoken right now, we're like making content that's essentially saying, guys, train every day, always follow your routine, always eat this, like trying to inspire people to do that. We'd be fibbing to you guys because we're not in a position where we can do that ourselves. Like we can't. Some days we can't gym every day because we have calls, we have trading, we have general life. I obviously have to run my mum's business at the same time. So like we'd be fibbing to you all. But I guess you could also play that into the favor that we're still grinding even though we're not in a ideal position. That's true, but again, that's still a lot of time to put back into a social media that would take away from us being able to help people in here, help people who rely on us, who have trusted in us, and work on just our own trading as well.
So to wrap it kind of back in to what we started off with, or we are talking about before, in terms of goal setting, we are still very early on in the year, extremely early on in the year, but it's already been a week since New Year's. Okay, so we're already 7 days in. So that shows you how much
We've only got 51 left.
crazy, honestly. Set big goals, okay? Work towards the big goals and shoot high. Shoot for the moon, and at least you'll land on
Other
the
way around. Shoot for the
the
stars, you'll land on the moon at least.
try to recover it, but yeah, I don't know, you'll land on the ISS probably. But aim
You can say that.
aim high and aim so high that to the point where if you were to tell a friend at school, if you were to tell a colleague at work, to tell your mum and dad, any of that, like Ollie was saying, he wants to earn the same as apprenticeship. I'm sure if you told some of your colleagues or anyone you work with the goals you had, they'd be like, "This guy, who do you think he is?" And Jay, if you told some of your friends at schools, "This is what I want to do in a year's time," they'd be like, "Oh, this guy, he can't do it." That's what you want. You want people almost you want to know that what you're thinking, what you're setting yourself out to achieve is absurd to the average because by simply setting those goals, and don't just set it for the sake of it, set it with the intention that you truly want to achieve those things. And if you do that, then you're gonna do it. And if you don't do it, you're gonna be extremely close to doing it. And you may be on your path. So, for example, Ollie, you may want that CLA, and on the path to getting there, things might go way better than what you think. So this goal right now to have the CLA 200. I do the same with the GLC. I always say GLE.
Yeah,
So
I
you
know.
may want the CLA, okay? But picture this. Right now, that's like, whoa, that's kind of money and big change from right now. 6 months time, you might be like, hold on, I could get a better car than the CLA. I don't yeah, what things have changed so fast. And because I set this goal so high, I've now been working so much harder and I've made way more progress than if I just said some other car. You just don't know. So set big goals and then work towards them and write them down, think about them every day, and actually have a plan to achieving them. Because having goals is one thing, but you need to have a plan. Me and Ayrton have a plan for moving out. We have a plan for when we're going to buy the car. We have a plan for when we're going to do all of the different goals. I'm getting close to God starts every day. Okay. Buying a GLC doesn't start every day, but we have a plan of how we're going to obtain it. Okay. So planning is key. And then finally, action. You gotta take action on that plan. So in the plan, it'll have your plan is to achieve this by doing this. To do that, you need to do it. So how may you buy the CLA? Well, you crack trading, you make money from trading, in essence. I believe that's what your plan is, let's say. How are you going to make money from trading? Well, I'm going to learn something that works with me and I can absolutely knuckle down on it this entire year. And I know starting on this day or this year, whatever, that if I do this for a long enough period of time, no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna bite the bullet and wait and be patient and work towards it, then you will get it. And unless you stop acting on that process, then there's nothing stopping you getting it. And like Ayrton posted today, one step in front of the other, if you keep going, how are you not going to get it? If you keep constantly working towards it, you're gonna get it. Because success and the things you want to achieve are reserved for those who persistently pursue their goals and success every single day. Boom.
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 So yeah, apply what has just been said to those goals you've just put there. We can obviously help with number one, like I'd come up with a plan for you. Two, we can't really help you with, that's on you. Three is on you, and four is on you. So for
Two is
number
getting
one,
driver's license. Three is stay consistent with the gym and calisthenics, and four is start eating more. There you go. There you
and one is get funded. I keep forgetting to do that. But to get funded, your plan right now is back test. All you need to do is back test. Just
go.
keep doing it. Get that system down. Don't feel bad if you do a year of back testing and you learn that you lose 30%. Oh no, that's the end of the world. No, it's not. You know what you're doing, you know now not to do that. So you look at what did work, you go over that year and you apply it to the next time you back test. Now you do that again and again and again until you find that 30% drawdown flips to like 30-40% profit. Easy peasy. Then to get funded, you do a bit of forward testing, then you get your funded account. So that one's easy, and the rest are all up to you. And you're already taking good action with step one because you are back testing. You're in calls like this, you're taking the time out of your day. So I'm sure you can achieve all of those things.
And
When you're at the end, I would like to share my screen. Yeah, that's calm.
just to add real quick. So, for example, your goal number three, stay consistent with the gym and calisthenics. Well, that process of simply doing that, if you can be consistent with the gym and calisthenics, that's going to apply to your first goal, which is getting funded, because you're not going to get funded if you can't be consistent. Okay. And obviously, to be consistent with the gym and calisthenics, or to progress in the gym and calisthenics, you also need to work hard. So that's why physical exercise and doing these sort of activities, they're ultimately the best thing for you as a trader because you're pushing yourself, you're enforcing discipline, patience, consistency, patience for getting bigger and stronger. All applies to trading. So even any one of those goals, getting driver's license or reading more, again, it's all the discipline to doing it in the first place, the consistency to keep reading, the discipline to sit and read your highway code, those sort of things. So it's all the fundamentals really that is going to get you to achieve anything. Um,
That's because you're seeing results in the gym. I assume in the gym, I don't know how long you've been doing it for as a whole. I know you said 23 gyms, 23 days straight, but you're probably feeling the difference and you're probably starting to see the difference. In trading, you're probably back testing. It's probably going wrong most times. Like you're saying, you're not getting many setups and you're losing motivation. And that is exactly where this discipline comes in. So yeah, gym is easier, but which one's going to give you the life you want? Is it the gym or is it the trading? At the moment, it's probably the trading. So you need to find your what you prioritize and find ways to do it every day, even when you don't see results, even when you don't feel motivated, even when you just don't want to in general. You're sick of trading. It's failing. You just need to keep pushing through that because that's the only way you'll see results. And like Tom's post said, what was it? It was like I stopped gymming 3 hours a day when I realized it wasn't going to get me an SVJ. So it's a bit more of an extreme version, but that applies. Um, yeah, maybe go in the morning. That's a good point. Me and Tom go in the morning, as you've seen from the stories. Right now, we're both snowed in, so we can't really, but
yeah,
we
looking
wake up sometime between 5:30 and 6, and we go to the gym, get back for 8 so we can trade.
and
Do the same.
that and that's almost a way for us to keep challenging ourselves and build our discipline because both of
It's
us
not
have had it
easy.
now. Yeah, it's not easy anyway with a full night's sleep, but we've both had it where we're sat there awake till 1, 2 in the morning, and we're up 3, 4 hours time, and we're both up. We're both there in the car, in the gym, like, bruh, I feel like I don't know what you want to describe it as, but a snowman. You feel weak. And yet that's the discipline. You feel good. And it's the key to discipline, when you're not feeling like it, is telling yourself, how would I feel if I did the action you're thinking of doing? So whether the action is not doing it or doing it, how are you going to feel if you do it? Well, I'll feel good in an hour, or maybe not in an hour, but maybe tomorrow I'll be grateful that I did do this last night. And then if you did do it, well, wait, if you didn't do it, how are you going to feel in an hour or tomorrow? Yeah, you might feel good in an hour because you've maybe done nothing, maybe whatever you choose to do instead of the task you need or know maybe you should do, you're gonna feel regret. And then the next day you might have, damn, yeah, maybe you'll lose. Maybe you'll lose the trade and maybe you'll have a lesson. And then your mind will tell you the play you the thought of maybe if I back tested for an hour last night, I would have learnt this in that hour. So
Yeah,
tell yourself what would happen? What would I think? How would I feel if I chose to do whatever the action? And if, for example, me and Evan were like, sorry, bro, I didn't get much sleep, so I'm gonna get like an hour or two sleep, and then I'll see you on the silver bullet window. You're getting an hour or two's more sleep for what? For what? You're gonna wake up anyway, probably still feel rubbish anyway. You have the less sleep, you train hard as you can, and then you have a better night's sleep the day after. And then
yeah,
you feel good in your good state of mind. So
exactly. You never. So there's the saying, comparison is the thief of joy. It is. If you compare yourself to someone who is in the position you want to be, yes, that can motivate you. You can see what they're doing to learn. But if you're fully getting down in the dumps because you're not, I don't know, FX Alex G or something like that you haven't got a Bugatti, then what is that going to get you? You're just going to feel not good about yourself for a little while. If you're comparing you with you in like 24 hours, then that is the best thing to do because you're like Tom says, oh, I could just go sit, watch a movie, or I could back test. Within that hour and a half, well, for me, I don't really like watching movies, so I won't. But maybe you like watching movies. You'll be like, this is great. I've got my snacks, flipping the Grinch is on or something. This is great. But tomorrow, when you then go to backtest and you find there's loads of problems with your strategy, you could have been ahead of this yesterday. You could be a whole day ahead, but instead you watched the Grinch, you ate your hobnobs.
and that makes you a hobnob. So I'm gonna say you are what you
Yeah,
now. I feel like we could talk about this forever. So I'm gonna end this sort of like genre and we can sort of piece out after by doing a very literal demonstration. So watch my camera. If you want to travel that entire map and go wherever you want, whenever you want, and do what you want, you have to forget about how you feel now. So whether that's working the job that you actually feel like you're getting clinically depressed from, whether that's sitting in front of back testing when you like can't be bothered, whatever it is, if you always play that thought in your mind that you can do what you want, travel when you want, wherever you want, think and operate in a way of complete utter freedom of your choice, if you do the work for a long enough period of time, then that thought alone will carry you through it all. Okay. So remember the map, have your own map, have places you want to go to, and remember those things. If you do the work, you will live the life that you compare to on social media. You will be those people one day. You don't have to be on social media, but you can do it. It's all possible. You just have to work very hard for long enough period of time. I'm not going to say how long, just long enough. That's it.
It's longer
So,
than you think, though. I'll say that. It's always longer than you think.
yeah, double it
But
probably.
it makes it more worth it. It's like, is is Hawaii better if you come from like California, or is it better if you come from like the Arctic? It's probably better if you come from the Arctic because you've had a big jump. It's got way better. But if you just come from, I can't even remember where I said, like Los Angeles or California, then it's like the same temperature. It's just a different place. It makes it extra special. So if you've done like 3 years, like me and Tom are probably on about near whole on entrepreneurial journey, probably like 3.5, 4 years, trading journey, nearly 3 years. It makes it even more worth it because we've done the hard bit. We don't have to do that again, and it's flipping hard. You guys will have the same feeling when it comes. So
100%.
just keep that in
100%.
mind. Did Jay? You wanted to screen share something? I believe you can screen share now. I think I've turned it on. Yeah, there you go.
Should we say bye for the call or do you want to include this?
Oh, we can include it. It might be something that someone else is struggling with.
Would this one be market structure shift? A market structure shift would be a close above a high. So it'd be this one here. And then
This
this,
is also
be-
a market structure shift of that level, if that's what you're asking. That is the
yeah.
worst straight line ever, but you know what?
If you put it on a different time frame, that would be a market structure shift.
Yeah.
Is a way at it. But on this time frame, this is your market structure shift here, down here.
And
And then you have your BOS. You can argue here, or you could call this a breaker structure. I'd probably
yeah,
call this the breaker structure because it's way more, you've had your MSS below, and then breaker
I
structure is
agree.
agreeing.
Yeah.
I gotta look at it. The market structure shift is the would you have taken this?
No, because that tagged in after 10. Oh wait, you're on 1 minute, so this is for you, Tom.
No, I think he's just on the 5 minute. He's meant to be.
No, that wouldn't be at 10J because that is like we stop trading as soon as it hits 10, not when the 10 to 10:05 candle closes. As soon as it hits 10,
You'd
position
be in,
drop.
you'd be in here. You'd be in at this level here with your stop loss here.
Yeah.
So you see where this is
Oh
here?
yeah, there's a previous fair value gap.
That is where, if you keep it still, up there would
Yeah.
be right there. Yep.
Yeah.
And enter, and your stop loss would be here on that candle low, and then you'd be entering right on this entrance of the fair value gap there.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't see that
And
fair
a
value gap. So
fun little tool is if you use this magnet tool, you can very easily just put it on, yeah, and then, for example, if you grab the like anywhere on the chart on the position you've drawn on, like the dots, if you let go of it, and then if you grab the entry point of it and put it to the low of that like third candle, there you go.
yeah,
That's
sorted.
the fair value gap. There you go. Yeah. So if you put it on it just means you don't have to
Yeah.
drag the chart around. Yeah, there you go. And then you can do the same for the stop loss. So then it's always on the perfect candle low. There you go.
Perfect. So yeah,
So
that's what we'd be in because there's that second fair value gap. That's exactly what we were on about when we're saying trailing. That's why we go for that nearest one. For that, yeah, personally, I'd probably shoot for that high. Um, our classic saying that me and Tom always say as I'm sure he's probably about to say, if in doubt, 2R it out. And what we always do, if there isn't a nice liquidity point like that one, we just go for 2R. But you have got quite a nice liquidity point. This is NAS, so it's a bit better for Tom to say. But I think on ES, I would be targeting that level.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
And win stuff out.
obviously it stopped you out. So the way I'd look at it is, for example, this fair value gap. I was just about to say before you'd done it, by the way, but you kind of done it. So we move. How I'd look at it is the conviction. Obviously, I don't have the context. This entire chart doesn't mean you have to show me. Don't worry. But for example, if I'm looking at this chart and I'm like, I just want to get my 2R. I don't have actually a lot of faith. This isn't really equal highs. It's relatively a good drop down. And for example, I don't know again, but in the context, if this is a massive hourly bearish fair value gap that I don't know about, then I would
Yeah.
definitely be targeting at very least 2R, which is probably about there. Or I'd see this fair value gap here and I'd happily go for it. So then I'm targeting that little, and it's just over 2R. So,
Yeah.
like Ken said, if you're not confident, if you don't have the conviction is the key. So, for example, there's no hourly down here that you're coming off. There's no strong reason for you to expect it to take the high, to be moving higher, then you don't need to target there. And even if you target here and it goes up to your target, that is fine. That is absolutely fine because I have to give the credit where it's due. I saw Trading Pool say this recently. At least you got 2R because some people were mentally challenged enough to sell on that day and they would have lost. So,
Challenged.
yeah, I know it's far, but it's fact. So, yes, you got okay, and it obviously went up to your TP anyway, let's say you went further. But by taking your profits and just following your system, there's no reason you should feel bad about that when the chart carries on. Because you've got your money, you've made your money, and some people have done the complete opposite to you. So there's a perspective.
There you go.
And also, I recommend getting rid of all these guys down here.
Yeah, you don't need volume or
There you go.
anything like that. You can trade
And
them. Some people do. It's not saying that you can't use them profitably, but you don't need them. So if you're
on
just
the
trading fair value gaps and liquidity, they're just gonna get in your way.
if you go on indicators, there's a silver bullet indicator. Yeah, just type silver bullet. Yeah, there you go. And then if you click on here, double click, sorry. And then turn off, unless you want to look into them, I'd turn off the other two windows just so you want to keep that one, the 3 to 4. And then I believe that's everything. Show liquidity. Yeah, I'll let you can play around with it all. But yeah, if you just okay it, now you have your window drawn on here, obviously, as you can see, and it shows you the liquidity points, and it will also show you the fair value gaps form. So, for example, you would have sold here, your stop loss would have been here, 2 hours probably about there. There you go. So that's a winning day right there. Oh, damn, that could be very helpful. One of the reasons. Yeah, probably. So this was very helpful for you. So, um, oh, wait, so it's 7 to 8. Oh, I thought so.
Yeah, that's why I was asking before because I was like double checking. I was like, "Are we sure
Yeah,
that's right?"
like I was talking to you about this at some point. I was like, I swear it was like 7 to 8.
Yeah,
I had to restart the chart a few times. Huh. Well, now you know. So yeah, maybe probably restart your back testing. Um,
wait, let's see what it goes to when he gets it on the time
GMT.
frame.
Oh,
Because
oh
yeah, it
wait.
is 9 to 10. There you go. Boom,
Oh,
you're all right. Awesome. No worries.
new goals.
You've got sports tomorrow. I want to get enough. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I hope you smash your sports tomorrow, whatever it is. And obviously, we're not stupid. We know how important rest is when it comes to that. So there is no harm having a good sleep.
I
So
think
yeah,
me and
thanks
that
for joining the call. And
I
yeah,
sleep.
have a good one.
Another little tip, Jay. You go on this up here on the go to. Custom. Oh, next up. Go on custom. Go on here. And then move this. Do go turn off. Actually, you can leave them on. Just go down to this down here. Next silver bullet session. And then start silver bullet. Yeah. So just leave it at that. It should just. Ah, okay. Do you click this here? Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Now, every time you press next session, it should take you to the start of the window every time.